Let me ask you this. I'm interested to get your thoughts on this. Like, what have you thought of Juju Smith-Schuster's actions this season? Not actions. I mean, he's just playing around. He's having fun. Whatever. The dancing, right? All the dancing. Because I always associated, and I don't know. And you played for the Steelers. You can tell me this if I'm out of line for this. But I always associated the Steelers when I was growing up with watching like as not being about like the dancing and stuff, of just kind of being more hard nosed and that stuff. And he kind of brings that to the table. And then I don't know if you saw his quote tonight. Did you see his quote today on Zoom about Denzel? Oh, okay. Let me read you this. Let me read you this real quick, okay? All right. So this is his quote today on Zoom, all right? This is a tweet from Brooke Pryor at B Pryor on Twitter. Things really went off the rails at the end of Juju's Zoom today. Asked about what makes Denzel Ward good, Juju said, I think he's good because his name is really cool. He wears number 21. I think he's light-skinned, so he probably gets a lot of girls. What is that about?
I don't really know what that's about. I know Juju is he's very comfortable in his own skin. This is what people got to understand about Juju. Juju did play defense at USC before he played wide receiver. That's one thing people don't understand about Juju. Juju, if Coach Tomlin wants to run the ball 40 times a game, Juju would come across your helmet on the side of your temple and smack you on it. So, in my perspective, whether you're a linebacker, a defensive end, or a safety or a corner, people better be glad that Coach Tomlin ain't calling for a lot of these run plays, because usually receivers, they don't like blocking. Juju don't even mind not blocking. He wants to inflict pain while he's blocking. So, okay, Juju looking at it like, y'all want to talk about my dancing, but I've been doing this since I got into the league. Like, this, we ain't talking about Big Ben all of a sudden dancing on the mascot. Juju been doing this since he stepped into the league.
Right.
So when it was 11-0, it wasn't an issue. They lost a few games.
It was after they lost. Yeah.
It became an issue. So Coach T, of course, he's going to check it as a head coach, but Coach T, in the back of his mind, like, this is just Juju. This ain't nothing new with Juju. So if y'all want to create, meaning us, the media, if y'all want to create this narrative, have at it. But one thing I do know, when you want to talk about a Hines Ward that didn't mind blocking, a Santonio Holmes that didn't mind blocking, or Emmanuel Sanders that didn't mind blocking, now you got to talk about Juju, who don't mind blocking. So that's what I don't understand. Like, I heard people talk about it all the time, and the first thing I tweeted was, man, Juju, keep doing your thing, because that's you. And you was doing that whether y'all was 6-10, whether y'all was 11-0. That's just been you. Like, everybody knows Juju off of social media.
Yeah. Absolutely. I understand that completely. I would always wonder what like Coach Tomlin would say, but you're right. I mean, that makes sense. You wanted guys to be comfortable with who they. And the one thing you can say about him, you're absolutely right, and that's something that I've made a point to people, is Juju will go over the middle more than anybody. And I mean, he takes pain, he gets hit. The guy is tough as going over the middle, catching the ball, as you said, blocking downfield. So his toughness isn't a factor. It's just maybe just something that he enjoys doing, I guess. But I wonder if it becomes an issue when you see like teams like Buffalo who really keyed on it and made it a big part of it as they were beating them, right? You know what I mean? And afterwards,
Buffalo just matches up well with Pittsburgh, personnel-wise. Mm-hmm. That's all that was. If you look at Coach Frazier on the defense coordinator, I think he presents the toughest matchups in the second half. So his adjustment game is real good. So Buffalo, and then when you look at Pittsburgh, man, if they're not catching the ball deep, all they're gonna throw is short passes, and you ain't really tripping on their run game because they really haven't had a run game. So I think
Right.
personnel wise, that's what it comes up to. I look at I look at I look at footballs like boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes matchups are better than others, and that's how it is.
You're
I
right.
think Buffalo matches up well with Pittsburgh. I think the Cleveland Browns, if they stick to their running game, matches up well with Pittsburgh. You know, but at the same time, that's just gonna be on the offensive coordinator and see how the game go. But Pittsburgh, for the most part, man, is just football in general. It has a lot to do with just being matched up on who you're playing.